Coming up, that feeling when your ride home after a loss feels empty, but you're holding on to hope to catch a win next time.
Welcome to the Devil's Island Podcast, broadcasting from the east end of Long Island. Whether you're in New Jersey or somewhere around the world, as a Devils fan, you may feel like a castaway. Well, Devils fanatics, join us, because you can always feel at home here on Devil's Island. And now, here is your host, Chris Suswal.
Hey, fellow castaways, you're on Devil's Island, and if you like your stay, please like, share, and subscribe. It was the night before Christmas Eve, and I had a chance to go see the Devils play on the road here on Long Island, and a 2-1 loss. Very bittersweet. There was quite a festive atmosphere. Everyone was into it, sellout crowd. The Islanders fans showed up, but so did a lot of Devils fans. When I hopped on the train in Ronkonkoma, there were plenty of Devils fans around. And it was a good mixture of folks that are feeling that this is the holiday season and hockey is in full swing. Shout out to K-Dog for making that game happen and helping organize it. It was great to meet you on the Long Island Railroad. Very easy to get to, and I was glad that I didn't have to drive in, worry about traffic, or pay for parking. And to all you fans that have never been to an Islanders game, it's pretty impressive to look around the arena and see the number of banners, the retired players, the Mike Bossies, and the Dennis Potvins. It just goes on and on. The banners themselves for the Stanley Cup champions, they had a true dynasty, winning 4 straight in the early 80s, going for 5 straight and only to lose to the Edmonton Oilers, who were just about to start their dynasty. And it's pretty impressive. And when you look around the arena, you see a lot of families, a lot of diehard fans, and a lot of folks that were left over from that earlier era. You can see that they had their old jerseys from back in the day. So like I said, it was good to see. I was there in time to catch some of the Devils practice when they were doing their skating, and Devils fans were lining up around the Devils end where they were defending the net. So kudos to Devils fans for showing up. I will definitely be back. And if you're a fan and you haven't been to an Islanders game, especially against the Devils, check it out. One thing that of note that was interesting was that Devils fans and Islanders fans alike had a lot to say about the other team in the area, the New York Rangers. And so there was a lot of agreement against those hated rivals. But on to the game, the Devils took a 1-0 lead in the first period. Brett Pesci, recently activated off of his injury. He's been back for 3 or 4 games now, and he looks good. He got a nice feed from Hughes and Mercer on the assists and just slapped it home. And Devils fans made their voices heard, and Devils were up 1-0 going into the second. But, of course, in the second period, while the Devils were attacking, they lose the puck in the zone. Hughes tries to punch it back over to Siegenthaler. He misses it, has to skate all the way back to the zone. And for some reason, Jacob Markstrom, who had been making really good saves in the first period and up until that point, decides to go into the corner and play the puck while Siegenthaler was also trying to play the puck. They have a huge mishap, a little bit of a collision, and the Devils let up a goal, basically an empty net goal because Markstrom was so far out. So while that was disappointing, there were a lot of opportunities coming back down. Timo Meier had a few opportunities, and Jesper Bratt. I just really don't know what the deal is with Jesper Bratt right now. He seems like maybe he's just holding the stick too tight and trying too hard. I don't know. There was one opportunity in the third period where he came through and instead of taking a shot, just basically skated through the crease and fumbled it. So maybe after the break, he can turn it around and give the Devils some much needed help on the offensive side. The Devils had 2 clear-cut breakaways in the game. Jack Hughes came down, stopped the puck on his stick by the time he was in the slot and put a quick shot on. But Riddick, the backup goaltender for the Islanders with Sorokin out, he came up big time after time. The crowd was really giving him standing ovations, especially in the third period where the Devils outshot the Islanders 11-4. On the game, the Devils had 32 shots to the Islanders 25, and it was another one of those games where in a Devils loss, they outshoot their opponent. And oddly enough, this game had no penalties. I've been going to games for decades, and I don't think I've ever been to a game where there were zero penalty calls, no power plays, not even corresponding penalties where two guys both got roughing and there was a 4-on-4. Just nobody going to the box. It looked like maybe Timo Meyer when he was getting pounded by Riddick in the crease, that maybe there would be a roughing call there, but I think the refs were just letting them play and just didn't work out. I would have loved to see the Devils power play get going. I would have also loved to see the Devils get to overtime, guarantee that point in the standings, that much needed point against a Metropolitan Division opponent. But with a minute and 15 seconds left, Adam Pelech scores and the Devils lose 2-1. They were so close to just at least guaranteeing a point. I would have loved to see Jack Hughes out there on the 3-on-3 overtime, but it wasn't meant to be. And now the Devils go into this 3-day break over Christmas and have nothing to show for it. But on Saturday night, they play the Washington Capitals, and that's a huge opportunity for the Devils to get back on track. The Capitals just lost 7-3 in their last game, so maybe they can be on a little bit more of a downswing over the past week or so, and the Devils can catch them while they're not as hot as they were earlier in the year. And I want to say thanks to all the Devils fans that I was able to connect with at the game. A lot of Devils fans showed up, some from New Jersey, some from Long Island, some from Manhattan. And I even met one Devils fan who proudly said that he was a Long Island-born Devils fan and gave me some background and storyline in there, how he got into the team when Zach Parise was captain and the Devils went all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals. So fellow castaways, until next time, keep your fire burning. Let's go Devils.